Blockchain, as everyone knows, is that a pretty tough and sturdy beast in the digital world, like a super secure vault that keeps your stuff safe from prying eyes. It's the backbone of things like Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, built on this clever idea of blocks linked all together in a chain, where every transaction is recorded forever and checked by a bunch of computers or miners all over the world. Sounds unbreakable, right? But then, is it really unhackable? First, let's break down what blockchain really is in simple terms. Imagine a blockchain as a long list of blocks, each one holding data like transactions or records, and they're all linked together with fancy math stuff called cryptography, and it's decentralized, meaning no single random person or entity can control it. It's out there on a network of computers, or nodes, that all have to agree on every change. That's where the consensus mechanisms come in, like proof of work in Bitcoin, for example, where computers have to solve these tough computational puzzles to add a new block. It's designed to be transparent and tamper-proof, which is why people say it's unhackable. But, as we'll see, there are cracks in the armor if someone knows where to look. Even though blockchain is built to be strong, it can still be hacked in certain ways, and understanding those is key to figuring out the possibilities. One big way is through something called a 51% attack. Here's how it works. Since the network relies on a majority of nodes to agree on what's true, if a bad person, or probably a group of them, controls over half of the network's power, they could potentially rewrite the blockchain. Like reversing transactions, double spend on coins, or mess with the history. But then this isn't some easy doable hack. It takes a massive amount of computing power, which costs a ton of money and energy. Big blockchains like Bitcoin, with over thousands of nodes spread out globally, so pulling off a 51% attack is very unlikely these days. Back in the early 2010s, when Bitcoin was still new and seen as a speculative bubble or some random digital coin made by some random people, during that time, smaller chains were more vulnerable because they didn't have as much support. People thought it were all hype, like a roadsider that passed by and would burst, but now with more miners and better security, it's sturdy now. So the possibility of such event happening, it's more of a theoretical risk for the big players. Another way blockchain could get hacked is through vulnerabilities in the software itself. Think about smart contracts, which is not part of the Bitcoin, which smart contracts are like some self-running agreements on blockchains like Ethereum. If there's a bug in the code, maybe from a developer making a mistake, hackers could exploit it to steal funds or mess things up. A famous example is the DAO hack back in 2016, where attackers drained millions of dollars from a decentralized project because of a flaw in the contract. That shook things up and showed that not all blockchain tech were as secured as the consensus mechanism like the proof of work. In the end, blockchain is tough, but not unhackable.